everybody, welcome to watching paint dry. We got a little bit more time on the countdown, but I want to say hello to everybody in the audience. We got some people who are early. Remember, we have brand new StreamLoot cards. So check those out when you get a chance. I'll give a little bit more of an overview of what's going on for today's show when we get the rest of the regular crew in here. I enjoyed a little Cell Dweller. That's what's playing right now. I felt in the mood for it. I wanted to hear it.
Okay, I got no way to switch back.
Hey everybody, welcome to watching paint dry. We'll be starting here in a couple minutes. The timer restarted. Ignore that. This is the box that is up for the LAUGHAL this month. There are over 60 entries in for the kofi, a bunch of entries in for the LAUGHAL for people who'll be using StreamLoot cards. I just want to remind everybody we do have a bunch of new StreamLoot cards. If you haven't seen the ad that went out, we added new things to fight. We added a blessing that if it's played, everybody gets a D4 for 10 minutes for any rolls they make. We added an advantage card so that if you play it before you make a roll, you get advantage. And of course, there's some cards to challenge us to combat. Well, me, and then I fight riddles and you defend. It doesn't matter. Read the card. It explains how it works. And then we also have a whole bunch of new question ones. I did a Disney series for all you Disney kings and queens out there and prince and princesses and fans of Hellraiser, since somehow She's part of Disney now. There's a whole bunch of cards in there as well for that. I hope you enjoy them. We plan to keep adding cards to keep it fresh and new. We'll be starting here in less than the time that's on the screen. I just want to give people a couple more minutes to get in. If you know anybody who'd be interested in the show, share it out. The link is going to be here in chat for you. And get other people in here to watch it. It's a great lunch hour show. Starting here in about 5 minutes. Have fun, get some coffee, and I don't know, maybe paint something.
One heroic dice goblin has traveled through the decades, one day at a time, to challenge you.
None of your business, man.
What are you doing, Riddles? What you doing over there?
Ain't doing nothing.
Are you doing something over there?
I don't care what you want
Is
to
it
do. I ain't
is it
doing
fun
nothing.
over there? You doing something fun over there?
No.
No?
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
Because Eric's that guy who just can't give me any warning ever.
Why
So
would I
made
give
a
you
joke
warning?
Of it, and
Why?
now it's just a constant thing.
Why?
Every freaking
It's
week.
forever.
for like over a year
And make
now.
sure it gets the jitters out. There's no stage fright when you don't know it's coming. I mean, that's how parents in the 80s taught you to swim, right? They just Spartan kick you into the pool.
No,
Oh, shit. Maybe this is my family.
because I learned to swim in the 70s.
Oh, gotcha.
Punk.
I learned to swim in the 80s. I was definitely thrown off a boat.
I was thrown many times off the pier. Yeah.
Yep. Everyone's like, that's a horrible way to learn. I don't know. I learned pretty fucking quick. Hi, everybody. We are back. We only got 2 more shows, this one included, for you to get your Laughals in. We have a ton of entries through Kofi, and then we have entries also through StreamLoots, and we got tons of new StreamLoot cards and lots to talk about today. We launched our Blade Runner show on Tuesday. I think Scott showed up for a little bit of that. Really fun. We got the technical bugs out of the way because, you know, I'm using old overlays. Riddles, do you ever paint something? Like, let's say there's an old box, you discontinue it, and like it comes back, and you have to redo that paint style from ages ago. Do you ever look at how you did it originally, and you're like, fuck, what was I doing? There's such an easier way to do this now.
Oh yeah, yeah. I mean, even in just some of the design stuff I've done, like that those two owlbears I did earlier this week. Just by simply changing the way I had the bear claw, where in the original, if you've got any of the original ones, you see like in the hex chest, that bear claw is completely etched out.
Yeah.
In this, I left it lifted so I could actually do a gradient across that bear claw as an extra like versatility for the background, and it burns faster when you do stuff like that.
Right.
So I mean, it's like, why did I not like have this mental approach the first time?
Yes, exactly. So that's kind of what it felt like. I used the old Alien Fugitive overlays I did for Norse Foundry, and that was like my third overlay set, I think, maybe my second overlay set. And I went back to use them for this show and started correcting them all, and I was like, what the hell was I doing when I made these? Was I drunk? Like, what was going on? How many Malort shots did I have when I made this? But dude,
there's a lot of answers to that question, and any of them could be right.
It was so aggravating, and I was like, I'm gonna redo it all, and then I had to keep telling myself, no, it's a 4-episode arc. Use it as it is. You can gut it later if you want. You have 2 more overlay sets you got to make this coming month, so I just let it go. But it went great. It was a lot of fun. Everyone was hella in character for this show, because I told everybody, like, look, there's not a lot of dice rolling in Blade Runner, and when dice rolling happens, shit fails a lot.
Make an impact.
Yeah, it's super impactful.
The Free League, the session Year Zero engine is really kind of for that.
Yes,
it really they want you to lean more on the story, and dice should only be rolled if it's gonna have an impact.
Yeah,
it has a potential to make an impact.
What the hell is on my screen right now?
I don't know.
Anyone else notice that right below Riddles right now? There's a little thing that says like blah 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 in like text. Did anyone else see that?
I'm refreshing my feed, but and now I don't see
I wonder
anything.
if it's just on my side. It might just be on my side. I don't know what it is.
I don't see anything under me.
Me try moving.
So back to that whole comment about you being drunk and stuff.
Yeah, I'm not drunk right now. I haven't got to drink it all.
Mine says they see it.
Oh, it's a code. Weird. I don't know why that was on. It's an old StreamLoots code.
I see it now.
Yeah, it's gone. I fixed it. That was weird. I haven't used that code in a long time. It's always off. It's just a preset off in case there's Streamloot codes. I could put them on the screen. That was weird. Anyway, I wasn't drunk. I just learned a lot. Like, now the setup is more complex for my OBS overlays, like the initial like scenes and sources. But but it allows me to basically, it's like a house. Like, once a house is built, you can dress it in whatever vinyl siding you want. That's what my overlays work like now. So I wish I'd have done that back then. It sucked. But it went well. Allie's playing. What did I say in the TikTok I just made for her? I'm going to be putting out. I said Marla Party Hard Thorn. Her character's on vacation. She was drunk. She's wearing like a white wig, big round glasses for the set piece, and like a white fur boa. And Allie played a drunk girl really well. And then afterwards, I asked her, I'm like, were you drinking the whole show? She's like, no, this is actually like some energy drink Mountain Dew. So she just played it up really well, which is super cool. I know she had a big weekend with Kelly in town. I was blaming Kelly, saying Kelly got her trashed.
Probably.
Yeah, that's what I said. She said no, but I still don't believe her. And then I'll know the real thing when I talk to Kelly. And then Adam was the character that no one knew about. He came on. He's playing actually someone from Case 1. So if you've played Blade Runner, he did Case 1 is what his character did. And he was supposedly dead. Well, they found out he wasn't. He's a retired Blade Runner. So now they're all like, is he a fucking replicant? I was like, no, he just survived. And then Moxie is playing like a little tech nerd with like 2 buns and stuff. She's super entertaining, talks a lot, talks really fast. But Todd brought the fucking magic. My fucking God, this man, and he's like, I wasn't sure if I was gonna like Blade Runner, you know? He's like, we'll see. And then we played it and he's like, I'm fucking in. He has a character who smokes. He's a dude who's like a minute, a day, a week away from retirement constantly. He's been on the force for like 18 years. And he has fake candy or fake paper cigarettes that have like sparkles on the end. So like, when the light hits them, they look like they're glowing. And his character just doesn't care. He's just that cop who's like, whatever I can do to make this case go faster and get the fuck out with my next payday, that's what I'm doing. My God, he was making me laugh so hard I had to keep looking down so I wouldn't break character. It was fucking hilarious. So anyway, it was super fun. I'm super excited about doing the 4-parter. But what about you? What have you played this week? You do anything fun?
Well, Scott ran me through my first official, Mork Borg.
Ooh, hi, Emilith. Speaking of Mork Borg, how did you like it? It's your first time.
I loved it.
Your skirt was torn off. How did it go?
Well, I haven't died yet.
Oh, I don't believe that shit. Scott, you're fucking up.
Well, almost got me.
Did other people around you die?
I got 3 hit points. But we forgot to, at the time where I almost died, we forgot to take the soak out for the armor.
Did anybody else die?
Well, I think I killed some people.
You might have killed some players?
No, NPCs.
Oh. Did any players die? Any other players die?
I'm the only player.
Oh, it's a solo game. Oh, that's kind of cool.
And what we did was, since nobody jumped in to do it, I made 2 characters.
Oh.
And we're going through the random tables doing the rolls, and they both end up with some very similar things. And we're like, all right, these guys are twins. And I just ran it like that for the rest of the game.
No shit.
And like there were moments where Scott just had to sit there and listen to me talking to myself.
That's fucking hilarious. The gentleman we talked about before the show, Raven, he has the same birthday as Kelly. He and the new Monero West Marches game I played one where he was out of phase. It's like the descriptor, and he played 2 like small twin girls that were fucking creepy, and he would talk to himself over time, and the table would just go silent and listen to him hold conversations with himself. It was unnervingly good. So it can be fun, man. Hey, talking to yourself is, everyone does it to a point, or they talk to their pets, one or the other.
Oh yeah, but they have these similarities that are exactly alike, and then the stuff that's not exactly alike is almost opposite.
Well, that's fucking cool.
So it allows them to have this like agreeance and then disagreeance at the same time, depending on the specific topic.
Oh.
And we're going to wrap it up. Our next session isn't this Monday, but not this Sunday, but next Sunday.
Nice.
And speaking of, I got invited to a live game out here that's held every other Monday. So I'll be playing Pathfinder 1E.
Oh, I know you said you like
Mondays
some
in a live
PF1.
game. Yep. So, and I brought back my wild totem druid.
Oh, cool.
And he's like, "Yeah, let's run it. It sounds cool. Let's do it." So yeah, that's a thing. I'm doing my own homebrew druid again.
I don't know about you as a GM. Like when I was younger, I said yes to everything. Then I hit a midway when like power creep and like crunch and munch and power gaming hit, where I said no to a lot of stuff. But right during that 3.0 phase, when like AEG was making rogues with D12 sneak attack, I started saying no to a lot. And then as I got older, I just realized you can do whatever you want. I'm the GM. I don't care. If I have to stop it, I fucking can. And then I just started saying yes to a lot of things, as long as you built something for the story. At the end of the day, I think that's all that matters to me. So I that's a conversation I just had with Todd about that recently, because we're talking about stuff for Athantia. But yeah, I like person running 2 characters, I always thought was weird. Like as a person, I was like, I don't want someone playing 2 characters at a table. And Todd's doing that right now in his PF2 game. And I was like, man, that's a lot of mechanics.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah.
But certain people can really pull it off, and it takes practice to do.
You got to know your system.
It's that being able to disconnect and not metagame between the two that's the challenge.
Are you doing that for this PF1 game, or are you just playing a solo character for that?
Solo character.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Are you excited to play PF1 again? I know you said you love.
Oh
PF1.
yeah. I loved PF1.
The bloat is real in that game. Are they letting you use everything?
Huh?
Are you allowed to use every book for that game, or are you just bringing your characters already
as far
done?
as I know, it is a full load of books for it.
It's fun as a player, as a GM. Woo, doggy.
Yep.
I put all the pressure on my player to know the rules for that shit. That's how I do it.
That's how I usually run, and I'm all for it. You know, I mean,
you want to flaunt your character, flaunt it with the rules, so I can learn it as we play.
Yeah. I mean, like there's rules and stuff, and I'm like. The storyteller is responsible for knowing and trying to run as many, keep the rules kind of in play so that there's a consistency for everybody to rely on. Right. And without that consistency, like players don't know exactly what they can or can't do. So
yeah, I love when I love that, and I also love when like players really bring like an individualized character to the table, not just mechanically, but like story driven, but still play within the sandbox you've built. That always makes me happy, because the happier the player is with their character, the better the session's going to be. Even if it's like I made a character who's really good at tripping people and disarming people, and that's what they flourish in, and they don't kill people, and it's what they love. Like I love that shit. So like seeing Todd come and play this character and like embody this like wanna be retired fucking grizzled old dude in a game that he didn't know he was going to enjoy was awesome. Same with someone going to play PF1, bringing the character they already have. But you have to be excited to be playing something you played before. Like that's a character you played before, right?
What
your
I'm doing
druid
now? No.
Isn't it a character you played before that you bring
That's
into
a
PF1
class.
game?
It's a whole class.
Oh, it's a class. Oh, I thought it was a character you played before.
No, it was a class I made for another character.
Oh, you made
like
the class?
Years? Yeah, for like 7 years ago.
Holy shit!
And,
that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
Classes suck.
It wasn't bad. I think it's fairly well balanced. It proved to be pretty balanced in that game. And that was kind of like the epic level. Everybody had at least one stat over 20. It was kind of stupid.
Yeah.
But those games can be fun if they're run right, and this was fun. But I wanted to make sure that, so now I'm playing it in a more calm kind of game, and so I'm really looking forward to doing this, because like my last one was I went a very feral route with it, and now this time I'm kind of going more of a plant direction, because you can gain totems from either animals or plants.
Oh, what made you decide to make this class?
I wanted something that was druid-like.
Sure.
But instead of using wild shape and just leaning so heavily into that, I wanted them to be able to take on a permanent animal aspect.
Gotcha.
Whether it's claws or thick fur for their thick hide for their armor, being able to run. I have like my character has two vines coming out of its body, and my body is kind of a bark skin effect already. So I got two vines that actually have a 15-foot reach. They only do 1d3 points of damage, but I picked up the poison attribute as well. So even though they only do 1d3 for damage, they do have a poison that you have to resist, do a fortitude roll against.
Sure. Or
you lose 1d6 con. So in that way, I'm a little vicious, but like I think the DC on it's only like 14. So it's not that hard to overcome the DR, but if I do get you, I get you.
Nice. So we already had a card played. Call back to the Blade Runner conversation. If your character became a deity, what would be their domain, being 2 days from retirement? If I could have a domain where you could just be like, you want to be retired? I can help you with that. Funny thing is, Blade Runner, the word retired doesn't mean the same thing. Retired means you're going out and getting rid of a nexus of some form of replicant is getting murdered. So it's funny when Todd says retired, I was like, oh, don't worry. I can make that happen for you. Right now we have no replicants. The entire group are humans. But there is a little loophole, like when you die, if you're okay with it and you opt in, the GM can say you're a replicant. So I don't know if I'm going to do it. I might make them all humans. I'm really tempted to make them all humans.
Did you ever see Split Second?
Oh, the Rutger Hauer movie? It's one of my favorites.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, man.
So my character in Scott's Blade Runner, was modeled after Dick Durkin.
It's one of my favorite Rutger movies, I think. Like, I love him in that role. It's such a wild show.
In that. Yeah. It was a very underrated movie. In my
Agreed.
opinion.
Hey, how you doing, Morgan? I haven't seen you in a while.
Yay, Morgan!
Welcome.
Morgan is sick, homesick today, so
we'll feel better.
To watch with us.
Feel better. So, what are we doing today, Riddles? We got the gorgeous box that's up for the LAUGHAL right now.
Yep.
I'll play the video for it again for everybody to see it. What are we painting? Are we doing the?
All right, Scott, you can kiss my buttocks now.
What a spinner is? Well, I mean, depends on what we're talking about.
I forgot in game. All right,
that's okay. You know what's weird though? All cars are called spinners in fucking Blade Runner. All cars. It's not just the cop cars. It's all fucking cars. Which is weird. And Todd explained to me, and I didn't know. Do you know why they're called Blade Runners? Because I sure as shit don't.
I'm sure Scott does.
Scott, why are Blade Runners called Blade Runners? I didn't know. I always thought it was weird. A weird title for it. Oh, we got another one. Serving hands. Hey, what is the craziest excuse you've heard for canceling a game? Getting called back into hunting replicants 5 days before retirement. That is kind of what happened to Stokes. That is technically what is happening to Stokes right now. I didn't tell you, Riddle. So basically the other group was part of the case 2, but they're at the very end of case 2 without ruining anything. And they got put on retirement because they all got injured. They lost actual resolve, the mental state.
Yep.
And they're supposed to be all out for 30 days. Called them back a week into their vacation. So they haven't recovered their permanent resolve loss.
That's just mean.
Oh yeah, it's great. I love it. I do like the game a lot more than I thought I was gonna like running it. And I still think that it's made for short 3 to 4 episode story arcs.
I believe so. I mean, I really feel that way after having played it a little bit.
I worry about their growth pattern. I worry about Blade Runners getting too powerful too fast because of how points are spent. You're getting between 8 to 10 points a session in humanity. So you're gonna be able to get your skills up because 10 to 12 is I think 15 points. So it's weird. Oh yeah, I forgot you got the little necklace piece too.
Yep.
Did you ever figure out who it was from?
No, I haven't stopped to go back and look.
So that piece is coming with whoever wins this Cthulhu-esque box.
Next month when we auction the Cthulhu off.
Yep.
That is an item you could win, or the winner will get with it.
So we decided on the paint scheme for this. You want to tell everybody what we're doing for the paint for this one?
So we're going to go a little bit of a zombie effect with this, with a little bit more of a decay kind of thing going on. So there's going to be some gray, there's going to be some green, there's going to be a little bit of pink highlight in there, stuff like that, just to kind of give you the idea that this thing is, an ancient thing that's, lives past the lifespan of its flesh. So its flesh is rotting before it is dying. Very Lovecraftian kind of creature.
I still, man, maybe because gibbering mouthers are one of my favorite monsters. That gives me big reminiscence of gibbering mouthers, or maybe a beholder's skin.
I could see that. And we agreed that everybody agreed that the eyes being different, all different kind of colors, was the way to go.
I think so. I definitely think so. I hope we see more products from this company. I like their boxes. They're very clean looking. I know they don't mass produce right now, but it would be cool to keep seeing them kind of do some more craftsman pieces. Yeah, and you said there's really no slop in it, right? It's pretty well crafted.
Yeah, it seems pretty well crafted. So, I am down for doing more. There's a little, there's a delay in communication because they do a lot of shows, so they're out on the road, and so it's kind of been a slow start. But I'd rather have a slow start to a relationship than go too fast and fuck things up. So.
Let me put this on so people can see it a little bit bigger for a sec. I like the new easel, man. I'm actually. Oh, you painted it black too. I just noticed that.
So there was a day, I want to say it was either Friday or Saturday. I ended up doing like 13, 14 hours in here.
Woo!
Just straight painting.
I know what that's like.
And I realized, I mean, at the end of that day, though, my eyes were freaking hurting.
Oh, you think really? Well, you think it was from the wood, from the bright wood?
It was the strain from the glare.
Oh,
because it was a light wood with a glossy finish.
Did you paint it matte then? Is it kind of like a matte black?
So this is just a matte black. Chaos black is what I used.
From 40K?
Yep.
Nice.
So if you're familiar with Chaos black from 40K, that's what I used. Yeah. So, but right now I'm just going over this dark gray that I have on here with a black green. Having the gray beneath it gives it a little bit more strength in the green spectrum. It doesn't go so black, so that's why I wanted to have the gray underneath for this. We're going to be bringing gray back into it.
Gotcha.
Which also kind of helps because a lot of the paints from Monument are meant to be like a 2-coat paint. And black green is one of them where you can really it's kind of like working with a wash almost. You can build and build and build on it instead of being, stuck seriously with that one pigment and having to try and blend it. With it being a bit thinner, it makes it easier to do blends and stuff like that, which you've probably seen in my more recent works. I'm really kind of leaning into that and the capability of it. So, but there's some really fun once you get a little more accustomed to that technique and what this paint does, which if you do go to Monument Paints, I highly recommend looking at some of their tutorials on, they'll post them on Instagram. They have them on a special channel in their Discord.
Sure.
And it will really give you some insights and ideas on how to utilize their product.
Yeah, I will say that they are marketing not only their paints well, but how to use them in the way they are designed to be used. A lot of companies don't do that, and it is hard to understand, and this is just my opinion, how paints are used unless you either spend a fuck ton of time with them until you're like out of a bottle, B, a friend shows you, or there's good tutorials. And the last one doesn't happen enough with all these new paint manufacturers. And it makes me think, and I could be wrong, I could just be this hypothetical, I feel like they don't even know how their own fucking paint works most of the time.
Well, I feel like
because hold on, when 40K came out, they made that new shader version or whatever the fuck it was, the new contrast paints. They didn't teach anyone how to use those properly. It took almost a year before the group of people using them understood how that paint actually worked. It's sad.
My thing is that they're, and this is just industry kind of wide, and it's not even just our industry. It's not just the gaming industry. It's just kind of a lot of industries in general. They get into a topic or a production thing because it's got a fan base.
Yep.
And they may not be fans of it. They may not be practiced in it, but they're capable of making this one thing good or well. And, so they jump in. They may not know how to really use it for what we're using it for. And they may not even really know what their product is going to do to help a gamer. They just know what the product does. Yeah. And it's not just paints. I mean, there's all kinds of different, you just look around at some of these people that are making some of the goods out there, And I hate to say it, dice boxes, there's quite a few dice box companies, not big ones. Mm-hmm. They're all small ones on the fringe that they don't play at all. They're they're making stuff. Yeah. It's kind of like like for me, it's like the idea of using the poppets for ink for your painting. Yep. And it's a brilliant idea, and it's I have no problem with people that do it. But for me, I want to put my money back into an industry that is giving me some kind of joy and give that money to an actual creator in the space, so that we can continue to have like these kind of really good products. So that's why I'll support the the ones from Turbo Dork, as partial or as strongly as
I think their stuff's really cool, and like I said, I like their tutorials. Their little commercials are fucking great too.
Oh yeah. The latest commercial, the one out of Germany, if I can remember correctly, that's actually a contest winner who made that as to win the competition they had for those paints or that product launch.
Well, I think it's weird about it being on the board where it is right now. It is very bright on the left-hand side of the box.
That's because look on the other screen where you can see where my light is.
Oh, because it's so close right now. I see.
Right.
That makes sense. I was like, why does it seem so hot? And it is up further than it normally is too.
Yeah, I had to do some adjustment on the desk because, like, with it over here, every time I'd move the magnifying glass in to do something,
yeah,
it was the wrong angle, and this doesn't pivot.
Oh.
So I had to adjust where I had this so that I could get
it doesn't turn at all? It's just kind of static?
Yeah, it does this, but it doesn't...
But not up and down?
Yeah.
Mm.
So it's a bit challenging. I really want this to be an uneven kind of effect.
Well, that was weird. Like, I could really see what you were painting there for a second. I don't know what happened. If your face was in front of the light or something.
I don't know.
It was really, yeah. Oh, see, it's adjusting. Oh, your cam's adjusting. When your hand's on it for a while, it's actually, we can kind of see what you're painting.
Yeah, for this part, I don't want it to necessarily follow a light pattern. This is not actually like a lighting kind of highlight.
Uh-huh.
This is just random parts of flesh that are decaying the most.
I saw Monument has a new paint series coming out for another named one, like another person they're collaborating with.
Oh yeah, well they just had two come out. I haven't heard about a new
There's
one yet.
another one. I just saw it on their Instagram. I'll have to pull it up. For everyone in chat, don't forget, if you are here to put in your entries for the Laughal, you can either pick up Ko-Fi if you can't like play cards because of where you are, or you don't feel funny today. We all have those days. You can always just pick up some Ko-Fi tickets. They're $2 a ticket. You can grab those, or if you want, you can play your StreamLoot cards. There's a bunch of new ones that are in there right now. StreamLoot cards are here, and then you can pick up Ko-Fi tickets here. For those who wanted to see what it is, because I saw we had some new people pop in here. This is
new people.
Hi, new people. This is the Laughal for this month. We call it the Laughal because if you make us laugh with StreamLoot cards, that's how you get your entries, or trivia, or 100 other things. But this is one of the new boxes from Elderwood Academy. It holds 3 full dice sets with space, and this is one of the new designs from Riddles, along with what I believe to be the most gorgeous paint job to date so far. Maybe next to the Aurora Borealis. Is it bad, Riddles, that every time I see someone paint an Aurora Borealis, I immediately relate it to you?
You assholes.
Immediately. The one I saw was an oil painting where they filled the brush with 2 or 3 colors and drew lines across the sky, and then used a little bit of time, washed it up, and then painted a mountain in and like covered everything. I was like, man, Riddles would be pissed if you saw this. That's immediately what my brain saw, because they painted in like literally 4 minutes.
Yeah, no, and using larger brushes that have that wear pattern on them, I've noticed a lot of people able to do that. These are smaller things. It's much harder to accomplish that vibe.
Of course it is. I'm just fucking with you. And oil paints are a totally different monster. It's way easier to do that with oils. Thanks, Nessie. I'm glad I'm not the only person who feels that way.
What way? Wait, what?
That every time we see Aurora Borealis, we think of Riddles and how mad you'd be if you saw it. It's so pretty though.
I know, right? I'm loving it.
It's just, yeah, it's really, if you slide it right, the hot spot might go away some.
I mean, I can always do that. But then, can you see it?
Yeah, fine. I mean, it is like blown out by the light. Now we can see it. Uh-oh, new cards.
I have something to say.
Yes!
It's better to burn.
Oh, shit. Who's fighting me?
Away.
Someone played the Kurgan. Well, we'll do the other card first here, and then we'll roll off. This one is 80s Children. Name something from the 80s that's aged well. The way Eric learned to swim. True. True. That's true.
But did he really learn, or did he just get thrown in the water?
No, I'm actually. I grew up on Lake Erie. I'm actually a really good swimmer. By force. I didn't want to get in the water. I was being a dick. Oh shit! Mime cast Bless. Well, before Serving Hands rolls for this, Mime, can you please roll your D4? I'll start our 10-minute timer here. 10-minute timer. Bless is for everybody who has to roll a D20 for the next 10 minutes. Exclamation
point. Matter what you're rolling for. If you're rolling for
whatever it is you roll. Whatever.
You get a plus. What do we get? What's the plus?
+4. 1D4. Let's see what we get.
Right. Right, but what'd they roll?
I don't know. I'm waiting for the roll.
Okay, then. That's what I'm asking.
I'm waiting. I'm waiting.
Keep up with me, man.
No. Yeah, very good. Bless. No. That is the wrong one. That is D20s. That is D20s. I need you to roll me a D4. She can roll with Bless, actually. She can do that. Serving Hands. You can just hit roll with Bless if you have advantage. If you don't, you take the first number. But Serving Hands, you're rolling. There could be only one. So is this one versus me? Which one is this? Is this the Riddles one or me one?
I think it's the you one.
Ooh, it's roll off against Frank House. 2D20 disadvantage versus my advantage. If you beat me, you get a D8. No, it wasn't a D4. That's if you want to roll with Bless. It doesn't matter. Just hit exclamation point 1D4 ness or Mime. You have disadvantage, Serving Hands. And all right, let me pause this. Hold on. Let me explain this for people. This apparently seems to be confusing. That Bless one there is supposed to be a D4. Don't worry about it. They get it +2. You're rolling with disadvantage. Serving Hands. If you have an advantage card, you can get rid of that disadvantage. That is my question for you. If you do have one, play it, and you will have a 12 +2, which is 14 versus whatever I roll. And I'll roll in chat as well. So my question is, do you have an advantage card, Serving Hands? You can counteract that +1. I'm fine with retconning it for you since this is the first time we've done it on stream. And I will. She's like digging through right now. I can see it. Do I have a Bless card? Do I have an advantage card? Do I have an advantage card? It's one of the new cards.
I'm sure she's got quite a few cards to go through.
That's part of the card, Scott. It's disadvantage versus my advantage. Disadvantage for my advantage. Okay, so that 1 is a 5. I'm rolling with advantage. I get to keep the higher. But you get 1d8 entries if you beat me. Like, it's not a small feat. All right. I'm rolling with advantage. Let's see what I get. If it works for me. Might have to do 2d20. Advantage card does not work from my end. I got a 9 and a 9. But that's okay. She only got a 5 with a 1. Good try. Bless is active for 10 minutes. I turned the clock over. It is running now. We got a 10-minute timer there. So anybody who rolls a d20 during this time will have a +2 advantage thanks to our lovely casting from Mime. I don't know why that Bless did that, though. The Bless is supposed to be a different roll. So I'm going to go check it right now. The goal was for Bless to just roll a d4 and is rolling 2d20 for some reason. I think, Riddles, am I right in saying, didn't we originally, when we were designing this thing, oh, we could call it Bless? And we were talking about doing that for 2d20 or something when we were designing. I feel like we did. Let me go fix our chat commands. Nice try though. Digidice, strike again. Hey, if you had an advantage card, you could have counteracted that. Anyone, and we did decide that if someone plays an advantage card, if they want to play it for someone else, they're welcome to do that kind of shit. We're not going to tell you no. You want to help somebody else win or roll against us? Welcome to.
The rule of cool.
Rule of cool over everything. Yes, that's... I remember. The way the bless roll works, that is correct, serving hands. You technically... It rolls a d20 and a d4. So if you would have rolled with advantage, you would have gotten that first number plus the second number. That's what it is, just so you know. And I will edit it to make it clearer for everybody. So I will roll it with bless again, just so you can see how it looks, just so you know how it works. This is how it looks. Oh, whoops, let me save it. So the first one's a D20 and the second one's a D4. That's why that's there. People can just roll with bless if we wanted to. That's what that was there for. I knew we fucking put it there for a reason, Riddles. Here's my favorite. Just so you know, this is a roll now, everybody. Edging is a roll now.
Yes, we made that a ruling during our last little...
Edging is rolling 2d20 with bless. Just so we figured that 2d20 with bless would be called edging. We just thought that made sense. I mean, maybe it's a little savage. It's a little savage, but
it's legit. It's legit.
So here you go, everybody. Here you go. I'll save that one as well. I got a green hand. Stop. Put up for Nessie. What, Nessie? I think it's a beautiful idea. So what are we thinking for the eye colors? Do you know, Riddles?
I haven't really put that together yet. Right now I'm working on a little bit of kind of veiny work. I will pull from contrasts to this as far as what colors we do the eyes. I don't want to use so obviously I'm not going to use a green in any of this for my eyes. Maybe a purple, because there's going to be some underlights of purple in here. I'm going to use purple for the shadowing. So maybe doing a light purple eye would give me a fun little thing.
So
and bring out that base purple.
We're going to complete the bless. Oh, we got another card, though. Mine played another one. This is the watching paint dry roll to save. What is this verse?
Nice.
This is our first roll to save. What do you fight? Oh, you fighting a succubus? So in this case, Mime, you can roll with bless. Just type an exclamation point bless. It'll give you your D20, and it'll give you your D4. Let's see if we get it, though. How many tickets do you win? You get 2. Ooh. You beat this, you get 2. I don't know if you rolled already. Did you roll? Did I miss it? I don't think so. Roll with bless. Bless is still active for another 5 minutes. Morgan said, hey, Eric, I'm trying to connect to the Ko-Fi page, but it's Ko-Fi is telling me that 88 Riddles doesn't exist anymore.
Oh, if you have the old link, then yeah, that makes sense.
I do have the old link. Because that's what's programmed into the Stream Deck. Morgan, don't you worry. I'll fix that for you right now.
I'm going to drop it in the main chat here, and I'm also going to send it over to you, Eric. You want it in Discord or Ninja?
Discord's fine.
Okay.
I will fix it right now. Go
Yay! Do stuff.
I didn't realize that it had changed because I thought it would be an auto generate where it would just send it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I got you.
All right, done. There we go. There you go. Whoops. There you are. That work? Yeah, there we go. Sorry about that. Thank you for letting us know, Morga.
Yeah, Morgan has been quite the supporter over the years.
My apologies. All right, let me see here. Did mime roll with bless? You got a 5 and a 3. That is a 7. That is not a 15. Succubus said, nah, I'm full. Someone rolled an edging roll earlier. Nice try. Nice try. Got another one. Ooh, what's this one? Rock versus Raw. Rules is cool, or rules is written. None of the rules matter. Only the dice can decide your fate.
Jeez.
Serving hands. You have a hate-hate relationship with these, don't you?
Who, me?
No, serving hands.
Oh.
Mime said the succubus didn't want to get on the wrong side of the war, Duke. That's why they didn't make that roll. You know what? I'm going to give you a point for that. You got to laugh out of riddles based on a fucking roll card.
Guys, if you're new to the channel and you're not familiar, Mime holds the record for the number of times that beating the War Duke in the cards.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
So we've decided that the War Duke is theirs, and
Yes.
there is a little battle. There's another person in the chat that has a thing for the Duke and constantly trying to win it.
Just a little bit. Just a little bit. Oh, geez, I need to delete these. This is dumb. Delete and delete, and then we're gonna fix this real quick here. My old Etsy Ko-Fi button is still from Norse Foundry.
Oh wow!
Yeah, I haven't used it in forever. I was like, hey, what's this button do? I didn't want to click it, so I looked at it. I was like, oh, that's what it does. Why do you continue to hurt me? Well, serving hands. Some people are into that. I don't have a hurt button, but there is an etching button.
Look, Eric speaks for one of two reasons: to either prove that he's smart or to hurt someone's feelings. Sometimes.
Hey now, don't give away my trade secrets. Trade secrets. You're ruining them.
Look, sometimes your players need an advantage on you, all right? So I got to give them a little bit of blackmail or something.
Do you?
Yeah, I do. I feel obligated to help the players.
There we go.
It's just
Nah,
my
I got that
personal
fixed
choice.
for us. Emotional damage is true. Emotional damage is true. Are you doing like is it cracks or is that like skin coloration? It's hard to tell
It's
from
just
here.
it's just gonna be a veiny discoloration underneath.
Oh, gotcha. Oh, I do have a question for you. Do you have any old school Games Workshop brushes in your arsenal still? Do you use any of them still? I'm a big fan of their old dry brush.
Actually, funny you say that because I have dry brushes arriving today from Monument.
Oh, nice.
And I believe they're more so in that
Makeup brush?
makeup brush style.
Yeah, I mean, that's the new trend.
Yep. So I ordered 3 of them because I really wanted to see how good that was compared to the ones I have, which are really great. The size I got are the dabbing size where you can like do blotching really well. And I am all for that kind. And it gives you a much softer, when you dry brush with it, it's a much softer kind of like fade. Yeah, this is that kind of thing that, like I was talking about earlier, where if I was thinking of, if I was painting this and trying to think of what I would do to keep it to where it's simple enough for me to replicate or like a pre-order kind of thing, I would not be doing this little subtexture right now at all.
No, of
Because
course not. Well, I mean, that's the difference between like these one-off pieces.
Yeah, so I mean, that's where I'm like really enjoying doing the one of a kinds recently. Is it's really allowing me a lot of freedom
Sure.
in my process because I'm not worried about can I do this again? Can I replicate this and somebody see it and go like, yeah, that's what I ordered, And when you do more freestyle approaches, that becomes more and more challenging. Like my reasoning for knocking out I don't know if any of you saw, but the tranquility with the rainbow or the partial rainbow, because if you look at it, it's not a full rainbow, it doesn't have green in it. But because of that one, I'm discontinuing it.
Oh, okay.
Just because of how complex it's. And this is just the nature of working with thin birch. There's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing that Jess could do to make it any better.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the
Too much paint on it.
well, because it's a shadow, you can't etch too deep because the wood's too thin.
Gotcha.
So because it doesn't etch deep, it's really easy for things to get into where the grooves are at.
Is there one of those on your site right now? I'm on your site looking to show them if there's any
If you look at Tranquility, just look up Tranquility and you'll find it. It's the spell book. Actually, no,
this one with the moon and the tree on it?
Yep.
So this is the one he's talking about right now that is going to be gone, dunzo, no more.
Yeah, I have 2 left. I painted a small batch because mine ordered one, so I decided to paint a batch of them, and during the process, because it's just the problem is the amount of cleanup I have to do in that black. I have to go in into that black.
You'd almost have to have like a stencil made to go over it.
That would be
Such a pain in the. It'd be almost impossible. Or it would have to be raised and everything else would have to be lowered. Which, I don't know how possible that is.
So yeah,
I was going to show off the one-of-the-kind dice vaults. He has all of his one-of-a-kinds up here. If no one's seen this in his Etsy shop, I'll drop it in chat. These are the one-offs. And he made a category for all of them in case you missed them.
Yeah,
Really? I just changed it. It could be wrong, but it redirects. Because, see, it shows 88 riddles here. It just redirects for it. It's not my fault. It's just what the shop says when I go to his Etsy page. It's literally what it says. I know it's Dice Goblin Riddles, but when I type it in, it puts 88 at the top. It's not my fault. That is 100% Etsy, people. Did you notice that, Riddles? That
No, I didn't.
the URL for Etsy still does 88. I don't know why.
Yeah, it's all right. I don't care.
It's not my fault.
I mean, if anybody gives me flack about my name again, I can defend myself.
Oh, it looks like both do it, so it just redirects is what it is. Here, everybody.
Yeah, but
there you go.
The whole reason for me renaming, because people trying to associate my name with a very specific subculture.
It's just that it redirects automatically because that was our original version. Fixed it. And it shouldn't, because it says Dice Goblin Riddles. When I do my Etsy one says Dice Goblin Riddles. You know what? I bet you it's the automated one that I have. No, that's right too. I don't know why it does that. That's weird. I don't make the rules, man. I don't own Etsy, and I don't own Elgato. I fixed it. It shows it, see? Whoop. But the URL was different. But anyway, back to what we were talking about before people had to try to correct me in chat. These are the one-offs. that he's doing? Are you going to be putting all your one-offs in here, like your solo ones? This is where everything's going to go
anytime
now?
I do a one of a kind, it'll go into the one of a kind section.
Look at all these ones. Oh, dude, Riddles, I didn't see this. I love the Chakra one that's black in the center.
Yep.
That turned out really good.
Thank you.
Was that difficult to do?
What?
To keep it black? Oh, you just probably went back through and painted over top of it to make it
Yep,
black.
I went back and painted. After I did the gradient on the outside, on the void, I went back in and gave it the black, and then I did the.
Erica? I'm not Erica. I did date a girl named Erica for a while, though. It was very weird.
The chakras.
Oh, this is cool, too. The other one you did that's got like the fade on it, where it's like it's all orange.
That was the same paint job except for that middle piece. What I used for that is I did 3 coats of transparent white from Monument.
That looks really good, man.
Yeah, that transparent white is a good way to really kind of soften and tone down colors.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So that's why I wanted to do something that kind of left the color without completely blanking it out, and that was my solution to that quandary.
Morica. My daughter's name is Erica. My parents. Total side topic of kids. My name's Eric. My brother, who is 8 years younger than me, is named Aaron. How rude was it to do that? So when they yell in the house, the name is never correct. Ever. Yeah, I love the Sunny one too. It looks really good.
That's all right. As my father was not very creative in the processing. My mom wanted to name me Ian.
One of my good friends named Ian.
Yeah, but he was like, put his foot down about it, and all right, fine, whatever. You know, I ended up with John because that makes me the 4th one in a frickin' row.
I mean, a lot of families do that. Junior, senior, we're out of ideas. Your name's the same. Just figure it the fuck out. That one?
Well, yeah. The middle names all change, except for like my middle name is the same as my great grandfather's.
Yeah,
So
there's no Erics in my family.
Yeah,
No Aarons
so,
either. I think I might. Well, there might be a cousin somewhere that's an Aaron. But
It's like as if John wasn't already a common enough name. You want to make it, like me stuck with it like you guys are.
Speaking of stuck with it.
Oh shit.
No, this is good.
No,
This is a good topic.
okay.
So for those who have stuck with Ahsoka,
Love it.
it is fucking phenomenal. And in Ahsoka, someone has pointed out, and this isn't a spoiler, this is just an Easter egg. Someone has pointed out that the little headband that she wears has got a white lotus symbol in it, and it's the same exact white lotus from Avatar: The Last Airbender. They're just paying homage to, which I thought was fucking awesome. If you have not watched this latest episode, I'm going to make a spoiler button, but I won't spoil it today. They show a new new armor in Ahsoka that I am 100% painting my Legion for the miniatures games to look like that. It is so fucking cool. And I don't think the guy who's playing Thrawn, if no one knows this, Grand Admiral Thrawn, one of the best villains in Star Wars history, is Mad Mikkelsen's brother.
Yep.
So they're both officially in Star Wars now. One created the Death Star. One is one of the most heinous characters in all of Star Wars history.
Mads is one of my favorite actors.
Same.
And I'm glad to see that he's finally getting like the real recognition that his talent deserves.
Oh God, Morga, that sounds horrible.
I also really enjoy Lance Hendrickson. He's one of my favorites.
Me too. I'm thinking about doing. I've been wanting to do a cosplay for Star Wars for a long time. I was gonna do my own character, but I think after watching Ahsoka, I know the guy's got a beard. I gotta play him, right? And his armor is the best looking Force user armor / robes in Star Wars history. because it's a mix of like a suede-ish leather, and I'm so excited. So I think I'm gonna talk to some of my cosplay friends that do some really cool cosplay armor that sew, because I'm not someone who sews, and I don't feel like learning that skill right now. Like I can do it, but not like that. But I probably will make the bracers and the boots and the lightsaber and all that stuff. Someone
That's
asked
how
me,
the green's coming along.
what's that?
That's how the green's coming along.
Well, we go to big screen. Hold on here.
And make sure it's not blown out too much.
It is. It's blown out on the left a little bit. There you go. Oh, yeah, look at that. That's a little too dark now. Yep, there you go. It focused back in. Oh, yeah, it's like mottled almost with the yellow in it.
Yep.
That looks really good.
Might be a little better.
Look at that. Oh, yeah, that's actually really good. Do you like having the stand? Has that helped you out a lot besides the blindness that you got?
Other than the blindness, yeah, it's actually been really helpful. I'm able to steady my hand a lot better, all kinds of stuff like that. I mean, it's really proven to be more useful than I thought it was going to be, which is good because I needed something to help me like go to that next step again.
Yeah,
I was kind of getting stale with working this, so like coming up with a new feel, a new vibe, just being able to approach things in a slightly different way is super helpful.
While we have this blown up and we have it on full cam, real quick, so if people haven't seen this yet, let me see how it looks on screen. Larian Studios did this in, I think, July. Requests for special leave, Baldur's Gate day dispensation. Basically, you could ask for days off and send it to Larian Studios to ask for days off to play Baldur's Gate. What a genius idea. I fucking love this. If you haven't seen that, I thought that was pretty cool. Talon and Claw retweeted it. And the reason we saw that is Talon and Claw is part of is it a Kickstarter? Do we know? I
don't think it's a Kickstarter. I think it's just something that's going to be released.
So another Mork Borg it's compatible with, it's Ragnarborg, Sagas of the Chosen. It's a Norse style Mork Borg. I'm
kind of excited for it.
Yeah. Well, I'll see if I can get them on Corpse Talk, because we take part of what each person does for the company, and then we work it into Corpse Talk. So we can take part of their Norse area and make it part of Corpse Talk. And then we take one of their monsters and make them it. When we had Rob on the show, besides his camera, it's like he was calling us Collect from Hell. The interview was great. He's super adult about everything. He was whooping people with a part of his body that was not okay. It was fucked up. And that's how Rob is. He loves body horror. He said in the past when I interviewed with him that body horror is his way of helping cope with body dysmorphia.
That's understandable.
I think a lot of writers and creators work that way. They write about what bothers them. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was a really entertaining style. We use the Amethyst maps, super fun. I have 2 more lined up. I'm doing one with Anthony or Spigs from Cypher Unlimited. He runs the official Monty Cook Games Discord along with 2 other gentlemen, Dean and Al. And then Alchemy's coming on, and we're going to be interviewing Alchemy, the same people who we're using their virtual tabletop for. But having these guys on for it, since it's Mork Borg, would be awesome. I'm super excited for that. I want to get the gentleman who made Mork Borg on again, and I want to get their 45 signed and see if I can get the 45 signed and sent out. I think that'd be a really cool prize piece.
You're talking about the 45 that was done by Noel?
I think is it a 45? Am I wrong? Yeah, it's 45, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is that the one that Noel did?
Yeah.
Yeah. I just downloaded that one. I really, really enjoyed it. And then I introduced Scott to Bog Wizard, because Bog Wizard also has a Mork Borg album out. It was Dave over at Smugglers introduced me to Bug Wizard.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Send me a set of dice from them. Yeah, right now I'm just so that all those pink veins I put in there. I'm now going back and I went over with the.
Are you highlighting them?
Yellow green, so the veins kind of took on this green tone because I just wanted to have the structure there, I guess. And now that the structure's there and it's got this green tone to it, I'm just kind of going through and giving it that pink pop out, which up close should give you a pretty good zombie vibe.
Let's see if we got any other cards here that have been played.
I don't think so.
We have one. We have one. Oh, it's a good fit. I love the Mad Lib ones. Those are my favorites.
Is one of the new ones?
No, it's not a new one, but it's a classic. You have violated the Prime Directive. You've exposed an alien culture to edging the northern lights on the back of a dead horse before they were ready. Jesus.
What, you can't get Folgers in there?
Yeah, Serving Hands, where's Folgers and Malort? Did you run out of room? Anybody else who has cards, start dropping them. We only got 1 week left to try to get your entries in for this. And honestly, Streamloot cards...
That was a good card earner, yeah.
Streamloot cards are the most cost-effective way, especially with some of the cards that give you a D8 entries if you win, or a simple laugh. You get a lot out of them compared to the Ko-Fis, but hey, if you don't feel funny, you can always do the Ko-Fi ones. Either one's totally fine.
The Ko-Fi is great for supporting, introverts. So, because not everybody wants to try and make a joke.
Serving Hands said they ran out of words. Sorry, your Scrabble said no. We gotta have a guest on. We haven't had a guest on in a little while.
Yeah, it has been a while. Everybody. Anybody in chat want to be a guest?
No, that's not how that works.
Why not?
Because it's not. There's 2 reasons that I don't have random people on from the audience. 2. 1, I don't know if your equipment sucks. Period. Not doing that. And 2, we use it as a way to help promote people that we do stuff with for the show. Not randoms. This isn't a call-in, although we could do a hotline, which would be very funny. Oh my God, Riddles. Do we do a hotline? You're a caller 5. I don't miss those days. I don't miss those days. I don't miss them. I could do it. There are ways to do call-ins. I do have a setup for that. Pop 5 entries through Ko-Fi. Thank you, Morga.
Yay!
Thank you, Morga. For those who are watching the other shows that we have going on right now, this is the StreamLoot subs. Every month you get 2 packs of cards, and then I randomly just send things out to people who subscribe. You get random packs of shows. You get discounts that other people don't get for cards. A whole bunch of stuff I do for anyone who is a subscriber. I try to do something every month special for them. We got another card that came in.
Okay.
And in the end, the dragon was not evil. He just wanted the damn Digidice to give me one night with a baddie of my choice. Sorry, Serving
Tell me
Hands.
that was Serving Hands.
Sorry, girl. Sorry. Sorry, you're never gonna get your baddie of choice. I do have something else that was cool. So I've been reading a lot of Everyday Heroes. Our Monday show is going to be using Everyday Heroes. And for those who don't know, it's the D20 Modern of this era. And I was a big fan of D20 Modern, and a lot of my crew was as well back in the day. We ran a lot of it. I love running modern games. I think there's something about... I honestly think modern games are a great entry for tabletop role players to get in on. I don't care what the system is, just the setting of modern. Because there's so many TV shows, movies, and things that are modern that it's really easy for them to grok, and they live in modern. But Everyday Heroes has been snatching up IPs left and right. Like, just fucking insane amount of IPs. And I am running The Crow at Gamehole Con on stream. So Casey Rift, who runs all their streaming stuff while they're there. Asked me if I'd run some stuff. I gave them 2 up. I was doing 2, and then finally someone picked up the other slot. So I'm just running the Crow. And I am super excited to run the Crow. I rewatched the first 2 movies. Surprisingly, the second one was better than I remembered. Riddles, I don't know if you remember.
I remember not enjoying the second one as much.
You know what? Rewatch it. You may not hate it as much because we don't have the favoritism of wanting the same guy in the role. And now that I understand the lore behind the Crow a little bit more, I'm totally fine with different actors playing it because it's like the spirit of vengeance. It has nothing to do with that actor.
Exactly.
And then the third movie, I guess, is kind of rough, but I'm gonna watch it anyway. And then I forgot there was a TV series.
Yep.
So I'm gonna go through all those and watch them, just because I like any lore bits I can grab. I'm running it in Madison, which is where Gamehole Con takes place. So I'm pretty excited. I have it set up for something really fun. Two people are playing twins that are siblings, I should say. Not twins, siblings. That are the reborn are what the Crow would be considered. There's a bunch of different reborns that you can be that are based on animals or insects or creatures that are based around death and vengeance and symbolizing that stuff. And then I have 2 family members. One is a grandparent and the other one is a aunt or uncle. And I'm letting the people who play them choose whatever they are. But it's super fun. I have the entire story put together. I'm excited to run it. And then I learned that they did Highlander.
Yep.
So I picked up Highlander with them.
Especially with Henry Cavill taking on the new...
Yeah, it's official finally. That's what I was going to say, yeah. I am going to run a Highlander stream at some point. I think after the new year. And it's going to be a solo player with guest stars.
Nice.
Because I think that's a perfect way to run Highlander. Like, they base it around the movie. I'm going to base it more around the TV series. I was a big fan of the TV series growing up. And there's just more to work with. So I'm going to do that. And it's going to start in the Crusades. For all the flashbacks will be Crusades on up.
You know what Highlander is actually perfect for?
A solo RPG? A murder card?
I'd be okay for that, but I was thinking more along the lines of a bracket.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't want to ruin what I'm doing, but I can tell you after stream, you're not far off. You're not far off. I almost thought about running it on Kick so it could be gambling. I'm not even fucking around. I thought about running it on Kick just so people could bid on who makes it. But yeah, anyway.
I mean, the whole idea of there can be only one. I mean, like, you lean into that and you do a bracket of all your guests.
Yeah, the problem comes with if they kill somebody, that person would have to stay on the show. And I can't, it's too hard to schedule that. So maybe if they don't die, they can come back and challenge them again. That would be kind of cool. That's kind of what I'm thinking I'm going to do. But Scott said there was a 4th movie for The Crow. He does not recommend it. I'm going to watch it anyway. Fuck it.
Yeah, because the second one was what? City of Angels?
Yeah, City of Angels. Sarah came back, which was the girl in the first one. She comes back as a tattoo artist in the second one.
Yep.
And it was Street Surfing or something like that was the name of her tattoo shop. It was kind of cool. She was like a longboarder or skateboarder. But she talked about how it was more like surfing than it was skating when she lived in Detroit because of all the water. Same kind of feel.
Well, they even make a joke about that in the first movie.
She did, yeah, and they brought it into the second one, which I thought was a nice little piece. The actor who played him wasn't a really good action star. I think that was the biggest problem people were having. He was more like a rage monster. But not everybody who dies is a fighter. You know what I mean? Like, he was an auto mechanic. I think it would have been better if they made him more of an auto mechanic. Like, he died, but, like, he hunted people down with, like, motorcycles and cars and shit like that. I think that would have been a better version of the second movie. But yeah, solo with the guests. Hey, Danny, what's up, buddy? Danny is a good friend of mine who lives out here, a consummate creator. and one of the best woodworkers I know. This guy is an absolute monster when it comes to that. He'll be at GameWorld as well with Delving Wood. I think I might have showed him on the show. Delving Wood makes wooden dungeon tiles riddles. Did you hear me?
Yeah, I heard you.
They make wooden dungeon tiles riddles.
Well, are they want me to start painting those?
I don't know. We have to talk to Danny. That might not be a bad idea. So he makes, and there may be more. I don't want to ruin anything for Danny, so I'll only talk about the things I've already seen. He makes wooden dungeon tiles, and he also makes like different shapes and sizes, from the 2x2 squares to bigger rooms to some rounds to some wells to a little bit of everything. And then I know he was working on some wall pieces at some point in time as well, but I don't know if that ended up happening. Danny, if you want to drop me your Delving Wood website in Discord, I'll throw it into YouTube. I don't know if it'll let you put it in YouTube. Well, right now he's painting one of the boxes from a random creator that doesn't sell really much anywhere. It's a
They sell mostly at cons.
Yeah, convention only. It's Cthulhu-esque. This is going to be the drawing for next month. This month is this one, which is the all-painted Elderwood Academy box. It holds 3 sets of dice with some room to spare. Chakra style, done in like the full color spectrum for them. And that's the one that's up this month. There's over 60 entries through Ko-Fi. And then we have I think we're over 40 entries from cards. Pretty close to 40 entries from cards. Of course, Danny. I met him through a friend. God, Danny, how did we originally meet? Did I meet you through Berg? I'm trying to remember. This is a guy I've talked about in the past who does he did furniture making using like the old Japanese like just joint style of Japanese furniture making.
Yeah.
Yeah, he is amazing. Yeah, if you live in Milwaukee, he's down in what was that? What'd you say, Riddles?
I was just saying there's some of that it's basically nailless woodworking.
Yep.
And it's phenomenal to watch them do it. Just like the way they char wood to preserve it. It's just like, I mean, yeah, these guys do some amazing freaking work out there.
I am wearing one of his shirts. I'm wearing the TPK one, the Total Party Kill one. It has the tour shirt on the back. You and I think alike about that stuff. That is for sure. Yeah, no, I met him doing that. Played games with him right before COVID. Then COVID happened, and then we see each other at cons and shit. But we're actually talking after the show today about something. But yeah, I mean, maybe having you paint a set, that might not be a bad way to do a set. Everyone here is tabletop gamers. That might be kind of a fun way to do it. I am in the process. I have them downstairs. I think I have 12 done, but I started painting them like He-Man tiles.
Oh, that's fun.
The Castle Grayskull. Yeah, I have a Cypher System He-Man I want to run. When He-Man got canceled, I made a Cypher System version so I can run He-Man. Ah, yes, what he just said. I do like burning wood. Oh, yeah, burning. Mm-hmm. I want the outside of my house to be done that way. Let's see if I can pull it up. There we go. I got the website. This is the Delving Wood one. This is Danny's site. You can see his terrains and tiles and stuff on that. He's doing the pre-order map tiles right now. But they have a nice little scrolling wood piece of him building them out. I've used them for my home games a lot. For those who play with me at home, I use them frequently. They're nice. They're chunky. They're invincible. They're made out of ply birch, if I remember correctly. Correct me if I'm wrong, Danny.
Yeah, it's the same stuff Jess uses.
Yeah, just high quality, and of course we are. We haven't done shit in a while. But yeah, Henry Cavill is Highlander. I'm actually kind of pumped for that. Since he's not going to be playing The Witcher anymore, I'd like to see him do more sword work.
Yeah, I think he's going to do extremely well.
I do too.
It's don't go into it expecting what Christopher Lambert brought.
No, well, he was almost blind. He almost killed people swinging a sword. I don't know if anyone knows that story. Christopher Lambert, towards the end, like the third one, he's past legally blind. Like it was bad. He almost fucking nicked somebody with a sword. Great for kids too. Yeah, I agree with that. Somebody is the tiles.
Oh yeah.
Doors. That was the other thing I just remember. There's doors. He just pimped on Facebook. He said he's got something cool for GaryCon that they're doing. Something, a Barbie dungeon or something like that, he said. I think that's what he was saying. I'm excited to see what that is. He also knew zero English. Also true. Also true.
Yeah, I'm just trying to go through right now and give it some shading and depth.
Now here, I'll blow it up so everybody can see it. This is the purple you were wanting to add in, right?
Yeah, and this is going to be it's 2-part for the purple, or two purpose. I do want it to have a little bit of that rot when I'm done. So it's not going to be where I'm putting the purple. Is it going to remain?
That's just the
purple?
base.
Some parts are going to remain purple, but like the shadowing is probably that I'm putting down. I'm probably just going to use another green over the top to give it a tint. Whereas the ones where I feel like it's more of the rotting and the creases and stuff, I'm going to leave this purple and just add some darker purple to it. Like a dark plum kind of a approach. And just as best I can, I want to try and blend them together. I don't want one to stand out really more above the other. So
the piece I have on screen right now that just played, that's the delving wood, them building out the tiles on a table, just to show you what it looks like and all the options. I know he's talked about doing a painted, stained, a whole bunch of different versions. I don't know what he finally decided on. I have a full drawer of them in my downstairs one. But they are currently up for pre-order. You get a lot with a set too. What else we got? Let's check the cards here again before I move to the next topic. I have some other stuff.
I don't know. It's without my mind is like so preoccupied a little bit with everything going on in Ahsoka.
Oh my god, I've loved it so far, and she's one of my favorite characters. But there's just so much. They're making new canon, which makes me so happy.
Yeah, and what's kind of throwing me right now is that we've only got 2 episodes left. How the hell are they going to wrap this in 2 episodes?
I don't even think they make it back.
Honestly, I think this truly sets up and leads into Filoni's movie that he's doing.
Me too. I agree.
There's absolutely. I mean, this is
the most Star Wars-y Star Wars series we've got.
Yeah.
And they're doing Force users right, which is super exciting for me as well.
Well, like the 2 that everybody kind of like plays or calls out as Sith, they're really not playing like
no,
Sith,
they're not.
Though.
They're not. They are people who are no longer Jedi. They don't follow the Jedi way.
In certain,
and even his lightsaber is orange red. It's not red.
Yeah. But in certain circles, they say that the gray Jedi is just a Jedi that stopped following the Order.
And it's not canon though.
No, it's not. But this could be making that canon.
It could be. It could be. I think it's just a transition period from the old Academy and old Clone Wars ways into the new stuff that's going to get built.
Well, I mean, that kind of has to happen.
It has to, yeah.
You know?
What was that? Danny said my homie Nelly lives in a rental in the LA Hills owned by Adrian Paul. Adrian Paul was the Highlander from the TV series. No shit.
Yep.
That's fucking crazy.
Adrian, the same time that you had Lucy Lawless and Kevin Sorbo hitting all the cons.
Yep.
Paul was right there with them.
I've met him a few times. He's a fucking sweetheart. Every time I talk to him, he's really nice. Kevin Sorbo was also really nice when I met him. I've heard other things, but when I've met him, he was very kind.
I'm just talking about like the current state of his,
Oh God,
his popularity.
that's a different problem. Remember Andromeda? He did. Is that what it was called? The sci-fi one.
Yeah, it was.
That was kind of entertaining. I mean, I didn't love it, but I didn't hate it.
No, I would be more inclined to get somebody into something like Farscape
Oh,
before I would send them to Andromeda.
Farscape is one of my favorite sci-fi series of all time. I love every character in the show. I know Serving Hands is a big
was
fan of it as
amazing.
well.
I love Rigel as a character.
Yep, everything about it.
I would love to develop a Rigel-esque character one of these days for one of my games.
I ran Farscape using the old Alternity system from TSR back in the day. I ran it for like 3 years on and off with people. I will say, in the latest Ahsoka, without ruining anything, tell me if the creature that was in there did not remind you of something from Dark Crystal.
I will say,
Or at least a
not
Jim
really.
Henson creature,
I
not a
understand-
Lucas creature.
I understand where you're getting the association. I saw a different association, but that's just me. And I don't want to say what it is because that'll give away like what we saw in the show.
No, I'm not. I don't want to give anything away, but I mean, it feels like a Jim Henson creature.
Yeah, there is a Henson vibe to it. Yeah,
It's the
I won't
it's the
deny that.
snout. Commander, awesome, yeah, dude. Farscape is. Maybe we'll do a viewing party of Farscape. I fucking love Farscape. I wish it would come back, but like nobody would want it back without the original cast. And I guess you just leave it as where it is and tell people to go watch it because it stands the test of time.
Yeah, it's solid viewing.
Scorp in the Hawaiian shirt, man. I'll never forget that. Ever. He said, dude, no joke. Nelly went out on his deck last year and the Highlander was up on a ladder fixing the gutters. That's fucking wild, Danny. I had no idea. No idea that was the thing. I know he runs a saber class for people for like teaching stage combat. Like a big one. You should catch up, Morga. It is well worth it. Chopper is my favorite droid. I'm so happy he's in it. I want more of him. I don't know if we'll see him anymore this season, but I sure hope so.
You'll see him in the movie. I can't imagine Dave not utilizing.
Do you think the
him in
movie's
movie.
going to be for Disney or is it going to be theater?
As I understand, it's supposed to be theater.
No shit.
Yeah. And also, one of the last things I heard as far as Disney goes is oh no, sorry, this was DC. One of their new possible directives is that the DC animated stuff is getting theater releases.
Yeah, no, that's official actually. But so
That
was
would
everything
be-
else that was official that they shit can. So official just means more likely than not. Scorpius, yeah, man. Scorpius, I think Scorpius was the beginning of many people's bondage fantasies.
There is probably a good chance of that, yes.
His character was like Jim Henson Hellraiser.
It's not untrue.
No, it wasn't. He was fucking, well, for some of the seasons, evil as fuck. Other seasons, the most entertaining Freddy Krueger-esque character. It's so good. God, it's such a good series. And the movies were good too.
Very underrated.
Oh God, now I have to rewatch it. I started rewatching Tales from the Crypt last night. I found a site that has them. It's really hard to find Tales from the Crypt, by the way. And I really want that to come back. I forgot how much, and I'm using the words of somebody else here, that they are like fables. Horrible fables. That all are like after school specials. Let's teach adults story why you shouldn't do shit. Like, I forgot how goofy they were the first season. And the second season starts off a lot darker. And also, I never realized how much they like to use the goddamn electric chair. It's in like 4 episodes between the first and second season. I'm not even through the second season yet.
Well, it's like, what was it, Friday the 13th, the series?
I love that. That is a great horror series if you've never seen it.
That was actually fun.
Todd and I
was
talk about
really
that a
fun.
lot.
And I think the success of that show, while it was around, is really set up a lot of other things.
I ran, did you ever play Eberron?
No.
So Sharn is a vertical city, like a big vertical city. It's huge. It's like a metropolis. I ran Friday the 13th with a cursed vault of cursed items for Sharn for like 4 or 5 games. Really fun. If you've never seen it, it's a great modern or fantasy piece. Steal it and use it. Steal it and use it. Underrated show again.
Yeah. The other one I can say that I see if anybody in chat remembers this, and I've already mentioned the main actor is one of my favorite actors, but back when X-Files was super popular, there was another show they did.
I remember X-Files.
Same director, same storytellers, same person doing the theme song, Millennium.
Oh yeah,
with Lance Hendrickson as the main character.
I remember it. I wasn't a fan of it, but I do 100% remember the show. I just wasn't the biggest fan.
Files in a completely different kind of direction is what it was.
Oh, agreed.
And some people but like my GM at the store, he's a very big. He loves like stuff that's like what English Delta Green. And if you're a fan of Delta Green and haven't seen Millennium, you need to.
The new Delta Green's really good.
Yep.
Oh, another card. This won't be like negotiating with humans. Dice goblins only respond to one thing: teaching valuable moral lessons through terror and shock therapy.
Not invalid. Not invalid.
Look, serving hands. Look, I see what you did there. You brought some Tales of the Crypt in. I see what you did. I see you. I see you. I get it. Ooh, I dig the purple on that a lot.
Thank you. I'm just adding some darker green to kind of like overlay some of these parts.
Sure.
And give it a little more depth. And it's the transparent green, so it really allows me a little more freedom on layering and so on, and how like concentrated I want it to be.
Right.
I know I said that the transparents acted a lot like inks, but they maintain a lot of
maybe more of a glaze
ink qualities.
Yeah.
And it really is. It's kind of hard to describe until you start using them. Like
they're like a floating pigment almost.
Almost, but it's got a modest opacity, and whenever you add it to anything, it just adds that tint to it. Especially if like you're doing like what I'm doing now is doing the brush on and then just dab it with your finger, which tones it down even more. So you're just getting that really soft kind of effect over the purple that ties it to the skin.
Yeah, it looks really good. Morga said that I'll probably eventually finish Ahsoka. I love Ahsoka, and you are right. Chopper is the bomb. Chopper is the best. I have 2 choppers sitting on my desk over here, and I have a droid of Chopper as well. I got this guy who makes the noises. And then I got a little one. I'm a big Chopper fan. But they said they love Eberron. Look, Eberron's a fantastic set piece. Without going deep, without getting spicy, when Wizards of the Coast asked for the people to submit worlds, I submitted stuff to Wizards of the Coast, and some of my stuff's in Eberron without them giving me rights to it. Granted, Keith Baker could have been on the same wavelength as me. Keith is an amazing designer. But I know what happened because some other people also said, because I made it in the top 10 for that. And they seem to have maybe just taken some stuff from people because, Wizards of the Coast owns all rights to everything. So people who are salty about Wizards, I was salty a long time ago about those motherfuckers. Long time ago. They brought a lot of good to the world, but they're also top of the food chain evil.
I think they've lost sight of what the company was meant to do.
I think all the designers, developers, and creatives all have the site still. I think the people at the top of the food chain don't. I have a lot of friends that work for that company that are fucking wonderful human beings. That,
Oh yeah, I'm not talking about the actual like
Just
game
C-suite.
people. I'm talking about the people that are on the top floor making the
C-suite,
decisions. I think
Yeah,
they've
yeah.
lost sight of what this is supposed to be for them.
Soon as Wizards and Hasbro and merged and they made C-suite babies, that's when it was a problem. I never thought I'd say C-suite babies in a sentence.
I think I got that in line.
Yeah, dude. It looks good. I like you're right though, that green, that rich, like almost turquoisey green, at least that's what it looks like on camera. It almost floats. Like you can still kind of see the other greens through it. It achieves wet blending almost.
Yeah, in a way, yeah. Because all that dark green is in like little spots like this and through here. And
Yeah. Agreed, Nessie. I would love to use that for doing like the base colors for patina. They have an entire patina, how to do patina with their stuff. Fucking awesome. I wish I played miniature games more right now. I told myself I'd make time to do more painting on Sundays, and I accomplished that maybe 3 Sundays since I've said that. I really do want more of it though.
Next week is going to be all about getting the eyes right.
Yeah, I'm excited to see the colors we do for that.
And I have some ideas for how some of that's going to play out. So
Some metallic flecks in there and shit. I've been looking at eyeballs a lot the last week because I was prepping everything for Blade Runner. And the first Blade Runner used eyes a lot for their shit. Although the second one did not, which was kind of weird to see that they weren't like using that as a source of imagery as much as the first one did. I rewatched the second Blade Runner. I like it. I think it's visually stunning. I think the story was weak as fuck in the second Blade Runner.
I don't know. I was back and forth on it.
I rewatched it. It's visually gorgeous, but I think the first one was a much more enjoyable story. There's some cool stuff in the second one. Don't get me wrong. I don't think it's a bad movie. Like I'm not shitting on it. But it was a little dull. It was a little dull compared to what I remembered. Well, another card. What we got here? Don't eat the dice. What flavored dice do you want most? Deep fried C-suite babies with some green aioli dipping sauce.
You people have some serious issues.
What the fuck, Sir?
I'm not eating at any of your houses.
Oh my god. Are you fucking kidding me? The fact that you said green aioli dipping sauce got me. I worked at Central out here. We did frites. We had regular sweet potato, and we had something like 12 dipping sauces, and 5 of them were aiolis because they're easy to make.
Yep.
Fucking
If
perfect.
you don't know what aioli is just mayo with seasoning.
It's
or
mayo
sauce.
with oil and a flavor.
Yeah.
Basil, garlic, you name it. They were fucking delicious, but oh my god. Fucking
You had add pesto to a mayo one day, and that's
it's life changing.
it's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, Morg, I agree. The purple tones really start popping everything. 100% agree with you. 100%.
We'll put it down on the desk.
You cranked a shit ton out on this box today.
I guess.
Like this was just green to start. That was it.
No, it was great to start.
Oh, it was gray? We didn't have the base green on it? So you did base green on up today?
Yep.
Damn. We still got 20 minutes left.
Well, I'm going through doing a little more. I want to bring these highlights out a little more. So right now I'm using a yellow transparent
Green
to give it just a little bit more pop on the highlights. And
So
then I'm
my
going to
hand
come back
says
with
it's-
an actual yellow and soften it in a little bit more.
On the green, on the vein areas, you mean? Or
No,
just
on-
on the
on
skin
the-
tone in general?
The skin tone in general.
Gotcha. Serving Hand
I
says
kinda-
someone's going to have to make greed aioli. I think greed aioli would have to be really earthy tasting. What is this song?
Yeah.
Oh my god. This song, I'm not fucking with you. It is called Spinners. I'm not
Can
even
you-
fucking kidding. Not even
Scott?
kidding.
Yeah, I had a moment during the game and I forgot what a freaking spinner was.
I
forgot
don't know
that
if
was the
Scott ever
name
answered
for
me
them.
why they were called Blade Runners. I'm scrolling up here. He might have dipped before. I don't think he ever explained it. Spinners is a name brand like Ford. Yeah, I know that.
Yep.
Man, what a time for my phone connection to crap out. No, I don't see an answer from Scott here. Maybe, Scott, if you're still here, what is a Blade Runner? Why is it called that? Serving Hand says that Green Day only should be only the most expensive ingredients. I always think of Dave Chappelle. He's like, why? Because it makes my dookie twinkle. He's talking about, what was it, eating dinosaur eggs? Golden Crusted dinosaur eggs or something? Thanks for subscribing, Morga.
Yay! We need more subscribers.
We're trying to get to 500. We get to add super chats and all the shit from Twitch that you expect when we hit 500 subs. We got the view hours. We just need the subscriptions now. Just the subs. Prepping all the stuff for Monday. I wanted to do design days for the Monday show for the Everyday Heroes, but I can't. I'll ruin the twist. I can't do it. So I'm not gonna be able to do design shows for it, because if you see any of it, you're gonna be like, I know what the fuck he's doing. Dave Chappelle, we were gonna go see him in town. I'm busy that day. The lady and I are seeing a ton of stand-up comedy coming up over the next month. We're seeing John Oliver next week, which we both love John Oliver. We're seeing one of my favorites, Nikki Glazer. We're seeing Craig Ferguson while he's here. And then, I can't remember the guy's name. Serving Hands will know. He's the guy who blew up on TikTok, comedian, younger. He did colleges for a long time. Really fucking funny. Is his name Matt? I can't remember. Anyway, we're seeing him. He's in town. And then we're seeing... oh, God. There's one other person we're seeing. I can't fucking remember.
I want to see Fluffy, but he's so expensive.
We got an improv out here. Improv is pretty standard pricing. Chad Daniels is on tour right now. He's not going to be out here for the beginning of the stretch, which is the empty nest, because his kids are all like in college and shit now. He's got remarried, new house. So I want to see that, because he's my favorite comedian. But he is going to be in LA. I guess Drew got tickets to go see him with his lady, which is awesome. It's Drew and I's favorite stand-up comedian. Are you doing anything for Halloween, Riddles? I have that on my list of things to talk about.
I haven't solidified any plans.
I think I'm doing a stream.
We're doing a stream during the day because that's the last Thursday of the month, right? Is Halloween?
No, it's Tuesday.
Oh, okay.
It's Tuesday. It's a Monday, Tuesday, so we're doing, I think that's going to be the season premiere for Athontia Campaign 2.
Ooh.
Two of the players won't be here, but we have guest stars lined up. We're bringing back some creepies. I'm
All right,
excited
we got
for
some
it.
yellow highlights added into this.
Oh yeah, look at that here. Hold on, let me go to the paint cam.
Kind of liking the way it's going.
Is that a pencil?
No,
Oh no, it's a paintbrush. The way you're holding it, it looks like a colored pencil on camera.
Nope. It's just a
Just a
a
paint,
number
yeah.
5 round.
Yeah, it was just the way you were holding it. It looked like one of those like watercolor pencils.
I tried using those at one point, and it's just too unpredictable.
Yeah, they are. Really good for bass tones if you want some like structural bass tones.
I can see that.
And then you paint over top of them. I like them for that. And really good for like doing a really thick, hard edge and then watercoloring out from that edge. They work really cool. They make some really cool effects.
I use that in the Marines a lot, the Space Marines.
Yeah. I use
It's a war
them.
trick.
I use them for terrain a lot. for doing the edges of terrain. And you grind it down the edge of the terrain, and then when you're painting, it just naturally pulls the colors in. It works really well. You got to seal it though, or you'll wash that shit all away.
Speaking of like terrains and stuff, I have I just did my second commission for a local artist.
Oh, cool.
She does a lot. Everything she does involves invertebrate insects like scorpions and
nice.
Spiders and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm. That's up my alley.
Like, she has one, I believe it's a scorpion. I got to go back and look at it. That is playing Magic: The Gathering. It's got a whole table in front of it, the whole 9 yards. It's got a tiny little deck that it's playing. But she recently she was doing I think 2 cockroaches or something similar to that as ghost hunters.
Oh, cool.
So I had to paint, like, seriously, it was like this big, an EMF reader. And I painted 2 of those for her.
Are they like pinned to a board?
What's that?
Are they pinned to a board or something that you're painting them, or are they miniatures?
No, they're miniatures.
Gotcha.
Like the EMF reader was an actual 3D print. She puts in stuff like that. So
that's fucking cool. You got any pictures of it?
I'd
love to see it.
I can pull up her IG.
Yeah, just throw it to me in Discord.
Because IG is where she does most of her stuff.
Spider updates. Gwen, who's over here, my jumping spider, she's doing really well. She's getting big. They both get fed after the show today. Priscilla, who's the tarantula, I thought she was a Mexican pink toe. It looks like she's actually a versicolor. She's got a bluish carapace. She gets fed today as well. Both the enclosures are doing well. But yeah, they're doing well. I gotta clean Gwen's because the plants need some cleaning. So I'll be doing that probably on Friday. But yeah, they're great desk buddies.
No, it's not her IG. I have is her personal, and I gotta find her. Oh, there it is, the Wicked Weevil.
The Wicked Weevil. That's a great name.
Yeah. Let me see. No, I don't want to create. I want to search.
I do have something totally unrelated. For anyone who is a Mortal Kombat fan, MK1 came out, which is the new Mortal Kombat. Fucking gorgeous. Great storyline. Great storyline. If you want something fun to play, probably the most versatile one. I did freelance work. I did some contract work for them, which was great.
I just dropped the IG in there for you.
Yep.
She's got the magic one right there.
Pulling it up right now. But yeah, if you haven't picked it up, I highly recommend it. It's fucking awesome. All right, pulling it up now. I don't want to sign in. Fine.
This one right here is 2 guys that I just did for her.
The problem is I got to sign into IG to look at it. You got to give me a minute. It's fucking.
Why aren't you already in there? What the hell?
Because I'm on a browser that doesn't have any of my personal info on it, so that when I'm streaming, nothing gets pulled up.
Oh.
Because it happens. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Like, she's done little beetles as witches. She works with moths. You know, like rhino beetles, all kinds of stuff. And she makes these little diorama terrains to go with them. So she's got like 2. She's got 2 that are playing, or that are doing a Ouija board with each other. Because she's also a huge horror fan.
I'll just scroll through it this way. Hold on.
In fact, just recently, I got her to watch Clown Town.
Oh, no shit.
And she loved it. She thought it was great.
Oh, yeah. Look at that. Oh, that's super cute.
Right?
I love this fucking spider painting.
Right? There's also a grasshopper painting further down. Yeah. But the big spider that's fighting the 2 guys, that was the one I just finished for her.
Oh, nice. Oh, I like that mirror. That mirror is super cool looking.
Yeah, she does a lot of really cool stuff. So,
does she paint as well? Does she always have somebody else paint their stuff?
Well, she does some of the painted stuff or painting, but like when it comes to miniatures, I mean, she's not that.
She's more of a builder, like a crafter.
Yeah. She comes up with the crazy ideas, and she gets, if she needs a piece, then she contacts somebody to get that piece done.
See how it pulls up Instagram? It's like, sign in. You're not looking at it. I hate that they're that way now, but that's how it is. That's how it is. Those are really cool.
Yeah, she does a really great job, and it's really fun to do little stuff like that on the side from time to time, because it just kind of breaks up everything else that I'm doing, and puts me back in the right mind frame to continue doing what I'm doing.
Can't forget to honor the GOAT today before stream ends. Oh, that's right. That's right. For those who don't know, Kelly Dawson, my con wife, my convention wife, she is, it's her birthday today, along with Raven from our Discord. We talked with them earlier. I think it might have been pre-show, but a fantastic TTRPGer that I met through running Numenera West Marches many years ago, pre-COVID. But it is Kelly's birthday. So happy birthday, Kelly. Yay! Happy birthday, Raven. Thank you for being a part of the community and part of the shows and all the stuff we do over here on EFP. It's fucking awesome. Kelly will be back again this Monday with our Everyday Heroes. They'll be there with Diana and Adam, along with our guest star. I just talked to somebody who's going to be guesting on Monday. Super excited for that. Little secret. And then...
You guys notice he never invites me, right?
What? What are you talking about? You play Darkest House. Don't be like that. And you have a show on Mondays. That's the only guest star shot. No, I'm not. The only guest star spots we have are Mondays. Tuesdays don't really have guest stars. Just because of the timing doesn't work and the show, like, I can't do it for Blade Runner. It'd be too hard. Man, I guess I could do a guest star for Blade Runner, but I'm not going to. It's only a 4-parter. But yeah, happy birthday, lady.
All right, there we go. We have... I think I'm happy with where it's at.
For the skin tones?
Yeah.
I'm excited to see the eyes.
The eyes will be fun. I'm debating how I'm going to treat this part. The iris
what would normally be the white?
Yeah. Because I don't know. I don't really want to do it like pure white. I mean, that's just so bland and boring. And even if I give it some shading, it's still kind of like, yeah. So I'm thinking I want to go with like a pale yellow, like a sick yellow, like a jaundice almost,
Yeah. Link for what, Morga? Yeah, they say turn down the brightness a bit. It's still hard for them to see it on stream. I don't know why it's so blown out this time.
Let's do this.
I think it's just how close it is to the light for some reason.
Yeah. But where it was positioned at, I really can't change that, so...
Oh, okay, yeah, that's a lot better. Move it up towards the center a little bit more. Past, like, right in line with the Pro model.
I'm switching over to where I can see it, so...
Gotcha. There you go. Ooh.
So that should give you a better idea.
It's a little fuzzy. Put your hand over it and move your hand. Done. Perfect. Oh, no, went unfuzzy again. It doesn't like focusing on the box. Yeah, I don't know why. You put your hand on it and it immediately focuses.
Yeah, I know. That's weird.
Maybe put it on, move it away fast.
Or you just put a different focal point on it.
Maybe. That looks really good, man.
Yeah, so now we have a new Cthulhu, and it's going to go with the Key to Madness.
Yeah, there we go. Now it's popped. It's super in focus now. It doesn't like the greens. But it focused as soon as you put that cord over it.
There we go. What do you guys think so far?
Madness. They're liking it.
Is this going to be a good Halloween piece?
I think so. Morga, what did you want a link for? The Blade Runner? Is that what you're asking me? What were you asking for a link for? It's on YouTube in the live section if you're looking for the Blade Runner one. Everyday Heroes show will be on there as well. I haven't put out ads for it yet. Ads will start going out on Sunday. I mean, obviously, one of the eyes on there has to match the key, right?
Yeah, but it doesn't have the right shape of the iris. The pupil, sorry, the pupil.
I know, but the color could still match.
I can work on it. I mean, I was if I do a different tone of green, as long as I'm not bringing in the same green,
Right.
that way it doesn't blend into the skin.
And Morgan, I will say too, all the shows that I put out, I always put a live up for it, so you can click the bell to get alerted when it goes live, if that's what you're looking for. It looks really good.
I'm doing stuff. I'm painting stuff. I'm doing painting stuff. Stuff paint. Yep.
Well, we are nearing, we got like 3 minutes left here, maybe a little less. We'll go over a couple things here for the show. Thank you for everybody who purchased cards and played cards today.
Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Oh, the Instagram. You want an Instagram? Yeah, I could drop that in chat for you. Absolutely. Here you go.
For Wicked Weevil?
Weevil. Here you go.
Yeah. She is an awesome person.
Do they sell those
adore-
pieces too, Riddles?
She has them. She has multiple of them in the store right now.
Nice.
I don't know if she sells them online or not, but definitely worth reaching out and asking her.
Nice. But yeah, so we have people bought a bunch. We have a whole bunch of Ko-Fis that went out today for everyone just so they can get a hold. Streamloot cards, obviously. Best way to get as many entries as possible, unless you roll poorly like Serving Hands did today. But if you do roll well, you can get a lot of entries. Every laugh counts. That gets you an entry as well. Today we had a total of, I think, 12 laughs we got out of people today, which is awesome. If you don't have those, you can always pick up Ko-Fi tickets. You can pick those up even when we're not on air. You don't have to be there for the show, but you do have to answer within 48 hours when Riddles contacts you if you do win. What else do we have to talk about? Riddles got a whole bunch of new stuff inside of his Etsy store, all of his one-offs. If you want the rainbow one that is the Works of Whimsy Him crossover, is the last time you're going to see that. I showed that earlier today. And then, yeah, stay tuned. We got a bunch of stuff coming up. We have this Monday is the beginning of Everyday Heroes. Episode 2 for Blade Runner will be this Tuesday. We may even have a corpse talk coming up sooner than later. And then we'll have another build show coming up to boost up our monsters to make them kill people more. Because Rob only got killed once, and I want more deaths than that. I want more deaths than that. Anything for you, Riddles, before we close out for the day?
I think I'm good.
Think you're good? Any new things?
know.
Anything new you can talk about? Anything new? Any secrets?
I think today or tomorrow is the last day for the mini crypts.
Oh, really? For the Kickstarter?
Yeah.
Cryptic Creative, the people who do the cool coffin box. I think I have mine over here. The cool coffin boxes. They're doing the minis now, which hold your miniature dice. That's up right now. It's already funded. If you want those, you can look up Cryptic Creative on Kickstarter.
So, yeah.
Damn fingers. No,
That's
it's
the
not.
only
It's
thing I
just,
can think of off
it's
the
just
top
the
of my head right
mom
now.
calling out the word that they want to use right now. But other than that, yeah, thank you everyone for being here. Another great Thursday. Great way to wake up. I will be around all day on and off through Discord today. I may stream a little Mortal Kombat as my break into Discord. I'm going to I got a meeting right after this, and then lots of prep for Everyday Heroes 1970s with a twist. But yeah, say bye, Riddles.
Bye, Riddles.
That's what I like to hear. Yeah, see, look at him smile. Hey, everybody, thank you so much for joining us for watching Paint Dry. If you're watching this after this is aired, don't worry, you can still get in. Ko-Fi links are down below. Let us know, what colors do you think the eyes on the Cthulhu box should be for next month's LAUGHAL? Put those down in the comments below, and maybe if you comment, maybe I'll give you an entry. We'll see. Maybe I'll feel super, kind and give you something. Maybe. Up on this side over here, there's going to be a video to watch. And then on this side is the bell. Share with your friends. We're trying to get to 500. And thank you so much for joining us for a lovely little watching paint dry with myself and Dice Goblin Riddles. I'll see you all next week. And I don't know, go paint something, everybody. Have a good day. Or don't. Whatever makes you, happy or something. I'm just sitting here. I'm just drinking some coffee. I'm letting the last minute tick by so I can clip off the end of this. No, I'm just kidding. Have a good day, everybody.